About court jesters. Jesters became popular in the royal courts during medieval and Renaissance times. Kings and noblemen would hire a jester to entertain everyone at parties and special events. Jesters wore bright, eccentric clothing to go along with their act of music, storytelling, juggling, or magic tricks. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, let's go ahead and begin with our first step, drawing out a court jester. So the idea sheet might help you as you begin drawing out your court jester. I have mine sitting right beside me as a guide or a basic starting point so that I can kind of figure out where I want my hat to look like. Remember, your hat doesn't have to look exactly like the idea sheet teaches you how to draw it. It's just there as a guide. If you want to make your own designs and decorations onto your project, by all means, go ahead and do that as well. Add on a face, and then go ahead and start beginning in on making your neck and clothing. Have fun creating and drawing your own unique jester, creating the clothing any way that you prefer. It doesn't have to look like the idea sheet. It's just a guide to help you get started. Remember at the beginning when I said that the jesters were good at doing music, storytelling, juggling, or magic tricks? Since this project is going to be about color mixing and we're going to be having balls that are thrown into the air by the jester, I was thinking you probably want to have your jester's arms up in the air so that it looks like the jester is making the balls look like they're being thrown in the air and juggling them all at the same time. So that's one of the things I'm going to ask that you do as you begin your jester. The patterns, shapes, and designs that you want to put onto your jester's clothing is totally up to you. Great! So now that you've got your jester drawn and outlined, I just wanted to take a moment and begin coloring with crayon. When you color with crayon, think about those analogous colors, colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. I'm using more than one color because it makes my project not look so flat, but instead round or curvilinear. So I'm focusing in on the darker colors on the edges of the color. For example, when I use red, I'm going to use purple on the edges so that it looks more like a form. Notice the blue has edges that have a darker purple around it. Now my project looks completely colored in. Let's take a moment then and cut that out. When you begin your color mixing for this assignment, take a cup and draw around it 6 circles. These 6 circles will be then used as our primary colors. Notice that I started with yellow. I started with the lightest color because I want to make sure to get the lightest color done first. Wash and dry your brush before you dip it into your red. Again, wash, dry, and then move into your third primary color. Once you have your primary colors painted, you've got 3 more circles to go. You'll notice I did 2 dollops of yellow, 1 dollop of red to give myself a nice orange color. Wash, dry, dollop of yellow, and only a tiny itty bit of blue. The blue is going to be really strong, so only use that gradually. If you want it a little darker, you can always go darker, but it's very difficult to get it lighter. With my purple, I'm going to start with dollop of red, dollop of blue, and a little bit of white. That'll help that purple really shine through. I think this is going to look awesome by the time it dries. Now that I've got my primary colors and my secondary colors, I'm going to take a little bit of white oil pastel to make it look like more of a form, like a three-dimensional object. So using white oil pastel, I made a little bit of a mark so that it looks round. Once my project's dry, I'm going to take a moment and cut it out. And for our last step, figure out how you want to arrange these colorful color-mixed balls onto your project to make it look like that jester is throwing them in the air. I made little white markings on the side so it looks like it's showing movement. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day.